Mom just asked me if I'm buying a house soon, and I swear to God, I almost punched her in the gut 20 times because what do you mean? Buy a house. I'm on a 3 month payment plan for 4 t-shirts I just bought last week. You want to talk about me owning a backyard? Yeah, let me just go buy a house real quick. I was actually planning on buying a McDonald's across my street as well so I could have Ronald McDonald eat my ass 4 times a week. Shut up, Mom.
Anybody wants to know how fucking horrible homeownership is or can understand the fucking pain behind it sometimes? Ugh! Okay, where do I start? Hi, I'm Morgan. I'm 24. I own a home. I know it's a unicorn situation. It's cool. It's great. It's dandy. It's whatever. I have had a leaking water heater for probably a week and a half now. And I know some of you are going to be like, Morgan, that's way too long. I know. But it slowly progressed. It got worse over time. I just put towels up under it and just like gathered it toward the front and was like, oh, if I soak up the water and figure out where the problem is, I'll be fine. It got to the point where it was getting like overflowing into my entire HVAC room. So I was like, maybe I should probably get this checked out. But the plumber comes today and he looks at everything and he goes, for a 4-year-old water heater, because I moved into this house 2 years ago. And the water heater is only 4 years old because I was the first person that moved in here after it was built. He looks at me straight faced and he was like, for the 30-something years that I've been in this entire business and I've been a plumber, I have never seen such bad corrosion. Ignore the fucking mess. I've never seen such bad corrosion and rust and filth on a 4-year-old water tank and water heater. Not only that, but he said the gauge, the little pressure gauge that is on it that basically tells it how hot or how cold to make the fucking water is broken. Completely broken. So, which makes sense because every other person that's come in my house that's washed their hands at my kitchen sink is like, oh, 0 to hero. Every single time they wash their hands, like, Morgan, why is your shit so hot? And I was like, I don't know. I guess that's just how it is. And so I turned the gauge down. That's not fucking helping anymore. So now he was like, I can replace just the drip pipe and I can replace just the tray, but I recommend replacing the whole thing because it's a gas heated, whatever. If there's nowhere for the gas and the steam could go, the whole thing could go kaboom. And I just got the quote for it. I just got the quote for fixing everything. How are y'all paying all these fucking homeowner bills and fixing all this shit? Are you all strippers? Are you all winning the lottery every single month? Because how the fuck? I can't. Guys, I don't think I can thug this one out.
My husband and I are starting to look at buying a house, and I have a couple of things that I just have questions on. The first one being, why is a broken down shack $350,000? I am appalled at the prices right now, and yes, I know the market's not that great, but let's be for real for a second. Also, I feel like there should be some law about first-time home buyers being able to get out of their lease, because the fact that you have to rush to find a house but also slow down and not find one too quickly to make it line up with when you, not your lease is up, but when you have to give notice for your lease, which is usually 2 full months before your actual lease is up. Like, it just feels like this huge game that I genuinely don't want to play, and I hate it. I also love following along on all the come house hunting with me, come apartment touring with me, but you'll not find me filming other people's literally still lived in homes. I feel like that is so bizarre to show people's belongings. I kind of get it when it's like an empty space and like who really cares, but a lot of the houses we've looked at, people still have their personal belongings in, and I'm not gonna be putting that on the internet. I like following other people's videos, but I'm not gonna be the one to do it, that's for sure. So yeah, I just feel like the whole thing is a scam, and quite frankly, I'm over it.
I became a homeowner at 22 years old, and I instantly regretted that shit, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna tell you why I regretted it, though. So, I ended up putting 78,000 down on my house, right? And once you get your house, right, you become house poor, okay? Now, everybody's not gonna be house poor. I was house poor. I'm just speaking from my experience, bro. I'm young as shit, buying a house. I'm house poor at this point. I'm like, damn. You know what I'm saying? I did not really gauge all the maintenance that it took to take care of a house. On top of that, I had to put work into the house. They sold us the house, right? Sold the house with mold in it. How did I not know it was mold in it? Did you not get an inspector? Yeah, I had an inspector. This what these dirty, nasty, gritty people did. Scantless, right? They painted over the mold so thick that the detectors couldn't get it. And it didn't even smell like mold down there, nothing. It was all dry, right? So I had to go in, get the walls chopped out, get the house waterproofed, whatever that came up to. So this is just more stuff you got to come out of. But all in all, I would say that I really regretted it once I figured out how much the maintenance was, bro. And like how often you got to do certain things. And obviously it makes it a little sweeter that it's your shit and it's an investment. But for me personally, I just was not ready for that. Now the house is about to sell. I actually don't know what I'm going to do with the cash that I do get from the house. Obviously, I might invest in another property. I think that's where my head's at. But just something to like rent out or something. You know what I'm saying? Not to live in. I can't do it. I'd rather live in an apartment. I'm going to be honest. You can call me crazy all you want. But I just feel like at this point in my life, I should be living in an apartment, bro. A house is a lot. It's a lot.
What's up? What's up? Listen, if you're in the market to buy a new house, I'll say this much. Do not buy a house after 2020. You want to know why? Okay, I'll show you why. Hold on. Most of these houses go up in 4 days. No joke. We pour the foundation. They don't even wait a day for it to cure. Not even a day. I want you to see something real quick. Look at that. Oh, look at how even that is. Yep. Wait a second. No, that's not even the start of it. I mean, I'm going all over this place and see how far off they are. Look at that. Oh man, I know I'm not buying a brand new house. If you want something good, you gotta do it yourself. I mean, look at that. Oh my. No. No, this is not the kind of quality you want to have. I mean, this is weak at what it is. And all they're gonna do is just slap some cheap drywall over.
At some point, you're just gonna have to pull your parents to the side and say, hey mom, hey dad, sorry, but those rules no longer apply. The rules don't apply to us. If I got $1 for the amount of times my dad tried to pressure me into buying a home to live in instead of renting my apartment, I would probably have enough money to buy the dang house. But it's like those rules that y'all grew up on no longer apply to us. In this day and age, it does not make sense for us to buy a home fresh into securing our first full-time job and right out of college. Like, we are in the worst job market and real estate market to date. And it's just like, do you want me to become broker? Like, do you want me broke? I'm actually very comfortable right now. I'm not gonna trade in comfortability to own a home. Like, it's like in today's age especially, buying a home is only an asset if you're renting it out and someone's paying everything on the home for you. But anything else, it's a liability. I don't want that big old giant liability on my back. Sorry.
I think one of my biggest pieces of advice for first-time homebuyers, and one of my regrets, so learn from my mistakes, is to slow down. Most of my first-time homebuyers, myself included, are buying fixer-uppers, right? Like, it's where we live is super expensive. Most of them need a little bit of work, and you want it done so fast. Sit on it for a little while. See what works in the house. See what floors you like. Figure out your style. Make a Pinterest board. I immediately got a new privacy fence. Ordered a custom back door, like new carpet. I wanted, honestly, looking back, I spent way too much money. And then I would make more money and I would still spend it because I wanted to get the house done, and it's still not done. And also, I didn't know my style and what I wanted. So now looking back, I would honestly change a lot of what I did. Even if you have it, don't spend all your money, please. That is one of my biggest regrets, and it doesn't happen overnight. Making a house a home takes time, and I mean, here I am 3 years later, still renovating, obviously. So it's just chill out a little bit. Just chill, feel the house, figure out what you like, save up a little bit of money, and just know that you're gonna get there eventually. But making a house a home does take time.
I bought a house at 22 years old and I regret it. So let me tell you why. So we thought that we were going to buy a house to begin our investment journey, but let me tell you something. Investing is very expensive, and the town that I picked is not the town for me. I thought that because the house was cheap enough, I could maybe like stand living here for a little while and then move somewhere else. That moving somewhere else part never happened. Owning a house is so expensive, and now it's difficult for me to go to the next place. I'm thinking about having a mortgage and having my brother like pay it, and a rent, because of how much I hate this town. And for context, I moved from South Florida to Port St. Lucie. If you know, you know, houses in Port St. Lucie here are so much more affordable, but it was not worth it. The lifestyle is just not for me, and I completely regret taking on this responsibility of owning a house. Beyond that, the amount that we spent on the renovation was way too much. Of course, with every construction, there's unexpected costs, but with this house, it was just so much. And the money that we were going to use to help on our next investment property ended up being swallowed up on this house. Much as you say that you're not going to be emotional about it because it's just an investment, it winds up happening. Like at the end of the day, this is the house you're going to live in. It's your first house. It's all a very emotional process. And so we ended up spending too much. And now I am stuck in a house that I don't want to be in a town that I absolutely hate, all because I thought that I could start my investment journey by buying a house.
Just got a call from the realtor that the people buying our house might be backing out because they were here yesterday for inspections, and the inspections went great. There's literally nothing wrong with the house. But, of course, they ask my husband, what do you do for a living? And we say, oh, he's a stay-at-home dad. And then the questions follow, well, what do you do then? And I said, social media. And they acted like it was so cool. They were, like, asking all these questions. Like, how do you make money doing that? How many followers do you have? And I had mentioned that I did a post about us moving. I thought it would like ease their mind, like we didn't post to our 1 million followers that we're selling our house. They took that as we have a stalker, which is why we're moving. If we had a stalker, we would not be here. My kids wouldn't be playing outside right now. I don't know if I'll post this because I'm such an ugly crier.
Hey, congrats on paying off your home. It must feel so good to be a homeowner.
Yeah, I mean, it just feels good to not owe anyone money.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't go that far.
What do you mean?
Because you still owe us the property tax.
Why would I owe you money? I own the home.
Yeah, but we pretty much own the land.
Yeah, but I own the home and the home is on the land.
Yeah, exactly.
I know, exactly. I should be saying exactly to you.
Come on, just be real. Did you really expect to not have to pay anyone anything?
Yeah, I thought that's what ownership is.
That is what ownership is, and that is exactly why we own the land.
Oh my... Well, at least, are the prices ever going to go up?
Oh, almost certainly yes. Unless there's some kind of like catastrophic flood or earthquake or fire that burns down the town.
Jesus. And I'm never going to pay this off?
Nope.
Can you explain to me how this is any different than rent?
It's not.